Hey you guys, welcome to today's video. I am having a morning, oh my God. I'm having a day, you guys. Like, this has just been quite the adventure in filming. I literally just got about halfway through this video and then decided that I wanted to powder my nose, and there's like brown eyeshadow on my powder puff, so I smeared it all over half my face. It's a really cute moment, and if you see that my foundation is kind of splotchy and not perfect, that is what is happening. I've spilled things on myself, I'm knocking things over, I'm putting brown eyeshadow on my face. My coffee still tastes like horrible, except for a lot of you guys did recommend that I put stevia in my coffee, and thank you. I got a vanilla stevia dropper, and it's actually an improvement. Did I even mention what we are talking about today? I don't think I did. It is exciting times because we are talking about the entire Rihanna, Fenty. Actually, that is what it's called, because Fenty's Rihanna's last name. Did you guys know that? I was reading this article about it. No one knew. Okay, so we are doing the Fenty Holiday Collection. It is a galaxy themed collection, a lot of sparkle, a lot of shine. You guys know I'm attracted to that like nobody's business. And this is what the palette looks like. Let's just take it in for a moment. It's very beautiful. I'm very like in love with this kind of a look. I have my makeup brush holder. They kind of match. It does get very fingerprinty, which kind of is like, but aside from that, it is beautiful. So this is what the actual carton looks like. I love the packaging on the outside as well. In fact, I wish they had gone with this type of a look for the whole Fenty line, just because I feel like this is more rock and roll than the kind of pink, black and white kind of a thing. Just my take on it, which really doesn't matter, but I really like the packaging. So on the back, you get the colors displayed and the names. That's a nice touch as well. If you look inside of here, because the palette, I think, is what everyone is most excited about. I do have, you know, the lip glosses, lipsticks, liners. We're gonna get to those as well. This is the palette. I wanted to like this a lot more than I do. Let me just spit that out there. I think the rest of the products in the holiday collection are priced very fairly. This guy right here is $59. There's not a single matte shadow in here. You're definitely gonna wanna use other shadows to create a good base or a shadow around the glimmer, because there are different finishes in here. It's not just like standard across the board, and you'll see that in the swatches. Some of them are more like a satin shimmer, and some of them are more chunky, like that 3D, like really intense glittery shine. So there are different ones in here. I like some more than others. I just don't think this is the most practical palette. So I think it's a fun palette, but for 59 bucks, I don't know that this will be something that anyone would really go through or grab that often. In my palette declutter, I talked about getting rid of my Moon Dust palette from Urban Decay because it was taking up space. I was never reaching for it. And it was the same type of a thing where it was just straight glitter in a palette. Now, I love those shadows, so don't think that I'm hating on glitter, because I have a special place in my heart for all things shiny. So as an example, I do hold on to a few of the singles that are Moon Dusts from Urban Decay. I have the shade Cosmic, and I have the shade Intergalactic. Really interesting that the holiday, and whenever I say interesting, people are like, ooh, Tati's throwing shade. I'm not, I'm just like looking at both and saying, huh, that's interesting. The holiday collection from Fenty is very galaxy themed, so all the names are very, you know, intergalactic and galaxy and stars, and I get it because stars are sparkly and that's kind of the inspiration, right? But the Moon Dust shadows from Urban Decay that are a very similar finish are the same thing. They're named, like this one is literally Intergalactic, this one is Cosmic. So they have almost an identical vibe. I do want to say, if I'm judging the quality of the Urban Decay Moon Dusts versus this, I like the Moon Dusts better. They are much more sparkly if that is what you are wanting, if that is what you are after. I'll show you side by side. So this is Fenty, this is Moon Dust, and if you are going for that kind of crazy sparkle, then you can clearly see Moon Dust wins by a mile. Like, I'm not trying to beat this up. There are beautiful shades in here, but Moon Dusts are better. I also want to say, if you're a gal on a budget, you only got $5 to spend, and you're wanting one kind of shimmery shade that has that kind of holiday galaxy vibe, don't count out the fact that you can get a ColourPop kind of shimmery type of a deal right here. It's gonna be a different texture. It's more creamy, which actually I think is better in many ways because it's not gonna fall all over your face. But I was noticing in my ColourPop singles collection that a lot of the shades were similar, not exact dupes, but similar to shades here in this palette. So let's look at the swatches though, so that you guys can judge for yourself of what you think about this palette, the color setup, the finishes, and all that. Let's kind of go at an angle. I'm gonna show you the top two here. We have Ozone and Extraterrestrial. Now, the colors on the back don't, in my opinion, really match what the color is in the palette. This looks like a lime green, and Extraterrestrial actually is more of like a deep emerald green. I actually really love Extraterrestrial. I almost used that today and I chickened out. I really should have just had fun with it. It is really, really beautiful all over the lid, gives a very nice smoky emerald feel, and I do really love that one. It's very, very smooth. Then we have the shade Mars on Fire, which really quickly I wanna show you guys. Mars on Fire is almost identical to a shade that I love in the Marc Jacobs palette. Interesting, because there's only one really crazy glimmery shade in this holiday palette from Marc Jacobs, but it's almost identical. Like, they swatch identical. I could wear one on one eye, one on the other, and it would be like same. And both Fenty and Marc Jacobs are owned by Kendo brands, so they're owned by the same kind of mother brand. But those two shades they're the same shade in my opinion. So next door we have Cosmic Ocean, then Ultraviolet, and Light Year. Light Year I don't like at all. I think it's a really muddy color. I don't like how it blends. The little bits fly everywhere. I don't like it. Moving down, we have Midnight Bolt. Then we have Meteor Crush, Sublime, and Planet X. Sublime is actually super stunning. I mean, this is a super stunning shade all over the lid. If you use this shade with a little bit of Fix Plus, it's even better. It's just a really, really pretty shade. Next door, you know, Planet X, I mean, it's okay. It's just not, I mean, am I crazy, or is there just not anything that fantastic about that? So moving on. Then we have Space Out, Jupiter Sand, Milky Way, and then the bottom one is Sunburst. I don't know. I'm not really feeling this. I thought I was gonna love it more. It's not bad. It does a good job as far as leaving a little bit of glimmer and shimmer, and you know, I can't complain about that. But I think for the price and for the almost mildness of how glimmery it is, it's just not my favorite. And I've been playing with a lot of shimmer and glimmer and all of those things. I actually have a few videos coming up. One where there's this crazy product that is gorgeous on the lids. It's like $6.99 each. I'm gonna be talking about that. And then actual pressed cream glitters as well that had no fallout. So like, I've been trying a lot of glitter lately and coming across more affordable options compared to this. I like the more affordable options. So this was a pass for me, sadly. Moving on to the lip products, because those are really beautiful. They did a great job with these. And I do really enjoy these glosses a whole lot. They smell great. The doe foot applicator is nice and long. It applies very evenly and smooth, and I think these are fun colors. They're kind of a twist on some that you may have seen before, and you might look at this and go, oh, been there, done that. But on the mouth, they do look so beautiful and rich, and they just look expensive. They look like an expensive metallic, and there's just so much dimension going on with these colors. I love them. I think it's in the packaging. Look at how beautiful that is. I believe these are $19, and I will go through all the shades with you right now. I think this one is called Astro-Naughty. What? Plutonic Relationship. Interesting names they have. All right, then we have Gal on the Moon right here. And then, of course, the one that I love, Spacesuit. This one is so pretty. I'm gonna put just a little bit more on so that you guys can appreciate. Look how different that color is. It has like a shifting kind of a thing to it. Really like it. And then we have these guys right here, which are just little lipsticks. The texture on them is really, really nice. They match up with the lip glosses, so you could buy a lipstick and get a gloss, layer them up, and call it good. I think that's pretty cool. This deeper toned one, look at how gorgeous that is. Whew. Isn't that beautiful? I kind of want to put that on right now, but I think I would just look like too much makeup everywhere. Solid A+ on these little lippies. I think they are stunning. The makeup brush, can I just say, I am never really a big fan of double-sided makeup brushes. They kind of drive me insane because I always keep my makeup brushes like standing up in a cup, and then part of it gets dented, and it's just never for me. And I just felt like this did not work with the palette. Maybe if the palette was matte or had some mattes in it, it could work, but this was just kind of a pass for me. And then we have these lovely little guys right here, which everyone is going crazy over, and they are really, really cool. They are fun to play with. I don't know how often I will be using these, but they do work. What it is a liner that you put down, and it will be like a traditional liquid liner, but then you wait for it to set, you rub it, and magically it is like glitter everywhere. It's very similar to the Ciate glitter lips, but for a liquid liner. The only thing in my mind that I'm thinking is, why would you want to rub your eyes? I mean, I'm trying to prevent any lines and wrinkles. I don't know that I want to be rubbing my eyes. And I feel like when you rub the eyes with a little bit of a brush or your fingertips, you kind of move around other shadow. So they're a little bit tough to work with, but they are fun. They do work. If that's something you feel like you would get joy out of playing with, then, you know, why not? It's kind of a fun, different product. I'm not loving it. I'm not hating it. It's just kind of, it is what it is. Yay, holiday add-on. So there you have it. This is my hot or not for Fenty Holiday. Some of it is hot, some of it is questionable, some of it is not. I hope that, you know, you go to Sephora, touch, try, play, and experience some of it for yourself. I think this is a beautifully packaged collection. And again, with the palette, if you see that and you think you would get a lot of use out of it, it's not a horrible product. The colors do wear really well. It is just, for me, not something that I would gravitate or grab every single day, and I personally want a bigger punch with glitter than what the palette has to offer. So I hope you guys understand I'm not hating on Rihanna, I'm not hating on Fenty as a brand, I'm just giving my own personal pros and cons, and there we have it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did, you know what to do. Give the video a thumbs up, because that means that you liked it, and that lets me know, and I really appreciate it. It gives me warm, fuzzy feelings and helps keep me motivated here on my channel. So when you guys do that or leave comments or share the video, just know how much I really appreciate it. And I love you guys. I will see you all in tomorrow's video. Thanks for watching. Mwah.